They finally fucking did it. They finished Stone Ocean. And with that, also finishing the original story for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Hi, I'm Bayfond, and I'm incredibly satisfied with what we got with this ending. You know, I've always said that Stone Ocean is the most JoJo-esque part of JoJo, and that couldn't be any more true with David Productions' adaptation. They really solidified this as a brilliant love letter to the other 5 parts, and you can see that absolutely everywhere. Spoilers if you haven't seen the ending of Stone Ocean, but then why the fuck would you be here? The return of the original design for Star Platinum was fantastic to see. I didn't expect this, and I thought it was going to be a revamped version like how they did in Part 4, but really, it was a treat to see. And how almost every part of JoJo has a secondary part to the OP. This one's was basically saying that the story was just coming full circle once again. Seeing that Joestar Mansion just got me feeling a kind of way. And then the use of Roundabout. This is the most unexpected part about this entire adaptation here. The fact that the greatest piece of music in this entire series gets reused right here hits the feels. I mean, I'm just a person. I'm a human being. Of course I'm gonna be on my fucking knees after hearing that. I wanted to bawl my eyes out so hard when hearing the first couple notes of Roundabout. And this was after a perfectly delivered speech from Emporio. I read this part of JoJo originally 5 years ago, and now finally getting to see everything just on screen, animated, just makes this entire experience so much more fulfilling. The JoJo-ness is also brought up in like the structure of the story, how everything is laid out, because this is the most crazy, tense situations that we've ever seen any of these characters ever be in. This is a legit end of the world, live or die stakes that we're facing. And the amount of crazy shit that just starts going down is always phenomenal to see. From rainbows that have subliminal messaging to them, to Rohan keeping up faster than the speed of goddamn light, and how we see that gravity is legitimately the most powerful thing in the entire JoJo universe. Everything makes up for a glorious story here. The animation was stellar. They made me sometimes rethink what I was watching and going, damn, this is fluid as all hell. They even used one of my favorite fan animators, Grand Gorilla, to come in and work on some of the episodes himself. So they were really seeking top talent for this kind of stuff. And actually, it kind of makes me kind of afraid, because the way that everything ended kind of made this seem like it was David Productions saying goodbye to the franchise as a whole. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Stone Ocean is legitimately the last part of the original JoJo bloodline. So you gotta celebrate that to its fullest. But I mean, I hope that they're gonna keep doing this in the future. This is the closest we've gotten to attaining actual heaven, with Steel Ball Run just around the corner. And I hope that we're gonna see these animators just come on board and work on this series until the end. Every single scene plays so faithfully to the original manga, and this is sometimes to its detriment, because as a native Floridian, I know for a goddamn fact that it is not a 10-hour drive from Cape Canaveral to Orlando. Araki definitely didn't come to Florida for this, or look at a map even. This is like saying Florida is the largest state in the entire US. And I mean, if this is how the geography is in the world of JoJo, yeah, then I get why all the characters are pissed off all the time. But those are quirks that fans already expected, and somehow just make the show a little bit more special. A few scenes were definitely changed, and you can say that maybe it was because of Netflix's involvement, but it really doesn't detract anything to the overall story. And there's actually some changes made by David Productions that actually boost how impactful the story is. For instance, the addition of Foo Fighters on that final screen. This is one thing that has had fans in an uproar ever since that last chapter came out. So I'm glad that David Productions made right by Foo Fighters by including her in this last portrait. And just before this scene, they also included the scene of Weather getting into the car, because if I remember correctly, he didn't do that in the original. They just kind of left him behind. So in my opinion, I think this fits the characterizations of all of our characters better and just leaves with a better taste in our mouths. David Pro cares about making all of the fans happy, and I just really couldn't be happier. Stone Ocean has always been one of the parts that I regard to be one of the best, and I've never really understood why there's some fans out there that think that this ending isn't all that. Maybe it's the fact that Emporio saves the day at the end, or maybe because in the manga version it's a little bit more confusing, but this really straightens things out and makes everything as easy to really explain as possible. Nothing is lost in the adaptation here, and I think this is just one of the best ways to experience JoJo as a whole. She did fantastic in this role, as well as everyone else that was cast. I'm forever gonna be okay with them being the official voice actors for all of this. And it's kinda sad to see them go, because this is gonna be the last time that we're probably ever gonna see Daisuke Ono voice Jotaro. Man's a legend that has loved the series forever, and well, now it's time to say goodbye. I don't think we could have asked another studio to make a better adaptation, and this is definitely worthy of multiple rewatches in the future. I cannot recommend this batch of episodes enough, because they are the creme de la creme. And with that, I was Bayfond, and I'll see you guys next time, as always. Bye.